This mom is getting hate online because she's actually making her kids pay rent. Now, when I say kids, they're not like 15, 14, anything like that. They're older kids. Check it out. And let me know what you think. I mean, is she right?
My kids are 18, 20, and 22. And I am amazed on here that what gets me the most hate in the comment section of posts is if I mention that I charge my kids rent. It's kind of shocking, but the rule since they were young, they've known is if you're in college, you can live at home for free. If you're not, you have to work full time and pay rent. I start them about 6 months after graduation at 400. It goes up 100 a year. They have to start paying their own car insurance and gas at 16 and their own cell phone at 18 and rent if you're not in college.
I'm not hating on that. I'm gonna tell you right now. When I was younger, I left home like around 15 years old, and I spent all my time at my friend's house because his mom worked nights, and we stayed there. I didn't want him to be there by himself, and we stayed there all night by ourselves. It was great. It was fun. It put a lot of independence in us, so I don't have any problem with that at all. So let's go.
And uh, I've had people say in the comments, your kids are going to hate you. Don't be surprised when they cut you off and never talk to you. And I guess if I raised crappy adults, that might be the case. But
kids these days are handed down way too much. I believe that it's hard for kids to live in a certain society right now because the parents are always bailing them out. Like, I know my kid, I told him he's in college right now. I was like, do not call me unless you really need me. You need to go out there and figure your stuff out. You need to work, you get your job going on, pay your own bills. Other than that, that's it. Because after college, you're either gonna come back on the farm, you're gonna work, and you're not gonna like it, or you're gonna have to find a job and live somewhere else. You know what I mean? So I don't have a problem with that.
um, that's not the kind of people I raised. My son that's still at home pays rent, doesn't complain about it. And I increase it $100 every year. And at some point, he's going to say, okay, this is too expensive to pay to live at home. I'm going to move out. And that's, it's my house. They're adults, and that's the expectation. And they've known that. And my 18-year-old moved out with his friends, which is totally fine. He pays about the same he would pay me at home right now. He got lucky. But my daughter at 20 bought a trailer, lived in it for 6 months to save up and buy a house with her husband. So she's 23 now, and they own their own house that they got all on their own. And my son, who's living at home, has a ton of money in savings. So, I'm raising them to take care of themselves and be adults. You can't ask to have your parents treat you like an adult and still act like kids. And I don't blame parents who want to pay for their kids' things. Every family situation is different, but my kids have known this is how it's going to be their whole life. And we have a great relationship. And they could go ahead and be mad at me if they want, but I didn't raise kids like that. My mom made me pay all my own bills when I was a teenager too, and I didn't hate.
That is beautiful for her mom to do that. I bought my own car. I wrecked my own car. I had my own insurance. I canceled my own insurance, wrecked my own car. All of that stuff was perfectly lined up for me to learn lessons in life rather than, oh, here, this and that. No, man, I'm one of those from the old school that if you get something handed down to you, you're going to expect more handed down to you. You've got to learn how to live because life is not fair and it can be ugly and cruel out there. You guys know this. You watch this channel, you see these crazy people out there.
Her for it either. In fact, I really appreciated it enough, the responsibility and how she helped me mature when you're supposed to, that's why I then did it with my kids, and even kind of tweaked it a little bit. So anyway, it's just really funny to me, the hate you get on here, likely from kids who probably live for free off of their parents.
Facts.
Adults who live for free off their parents. But it is kind of funny. Do you guys charge your kids rent? Because it seems like I'm one of the few.
I just heard a principal that works out the gym the other day, and she was saying how her oldest had 6 months because he's about to be out of college. He's graduating. And she's like, I'm giving him 6 months to figure out what he's going to do. And after that, he's getting charged rent or he's getting kicked out. You're talking about a principal education system. They expect you to get up, get out, and get your life on. So, I don't have any issues with that. I mean, I think it's great for parents to give a limitation to their kids and tell them, hey, this is what you're going to do. This is what I expect. By this grade here, this is what you got to do. Pay for this. And I mean, most people give them an allowance. I even heard one guy who actually made his kids pay rent to them. And when they actually moved out, the father never did spend their money. He put it in like an IRA, which was fabulous. And that money made them money and they didn't know about it because it was going to be something special for them. It was like whenever they needed that, because when you got to have shit hit the fan luck, not luck, but money. And that's going to happen to everyone. You know what I mean? So for that rainy day, he already put that up for them. And I thought that was the greatest thing. So what are your thoughts on this? Is she doing a great job by doing this? I say yes. I say every parent should make their child work 3 or 4 different jobs and learn the different industries and get used to being with people and learning how people are and learning how to make a living. That's what I think. But you might think different. You might think that's just wrong and cruel that she's making her people. But I get it, man. Hey, whatever. It is what it is. Tomato, tomato. Leave a comment below. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Is she doing a great job or do you think that's horrible? Let me know.